After formation of the Ceylon Army, the first Field Engineer Squadron, Ceylon Engineers, was raised in Diyathalawa in 1951 and was commanded by Captain P.D. Ramanayak. Thus unfolds the history of the Sri Lanka Corps of Engineers. At present, the Corps of Engineers consists of 10 regular units, 1 volunteer unit and 3 independent organizations, namely the Sri Lanka School of Military Engineering, Independent Workshop, and the Explosive Ordnance Disposal Squadron. With the political hierarchy making the decision to defeat the LTTE militarily, a military strategy was formulated by the National Security Council for an all-out offensive. An offensive in which the Corps of Engineers played a crucial role. Together with other arms in defeating the LTTE. 5 Field Engineer Regiment provided engineer support to 2 offensive divisions, namely 5-7 and Task Force 1 in the north of Vanni, and also for 4 holding formations during the initial stage, with 1 Field and 6 Field Engineer Regiments providing engineer support to 5-3 and 5-5 divisions respectively. A series of defense lines which were heavily infested with mines and improvised explosive devices gave considerable depth to terrorist holding defense lines. The tasks assigned to engineer troops were to breach and clear gaps for infantry teams to operate and capture the defense line. In addition, route clearing, preparation of gun positions, construction and to establish lines of communication were tasks entrusted to engineer troops. As operations progressed, the demand for field engineers increased tremendously. The requirement of engineer material was immense. With the change in concept of operations adopted in order to confront the LTT on a wider front, more divisions and task forces were raised, thereby further increasing the demand for sapper troops. The prime task of field engineer troops were to keep open a secure line of communication, bunker busting, improvised explosive device clearance, bridge construction, etc. As troops gained momentum and advanced further, they were cut off from the rear without a proper link. In order to avoid the same, sappers were compelled to provide communication links in double quick time right across the frontage, thus forcing them to work round the clock. In addition, a main supply route and an alternate main supply route too were required to be developed in each division frontage. In each of these main supply routes, a minimum of 3 to 4 class 60 to 90 compact 200 bridges were launched with spans extending from 60 to 140 feet. By mid-2008, more than 5 divisions were operational in the Vanni theatre, with only the 5th Sri Lanka Engineer Regiment providing engineer support. The requirement of engineer material was ever on the increase. A time plan was worked out for new acquisition of equipment. By July 2008, the Engineer Brigade was self-sufficient and well equipped to support multiple thrusts. The year 2008 was very crucial in security force operations. Another 2 task forces were raised by June 2008 to support operations. With that, 4 offensive divisions were concentrated from west to east. Newly raised divisions were provided with engineer support in terms of manpower and equipment. However, by September 2008, 11 Field Engineer Regiment was made fully operational and eased the burden of the 5th Field Engineer Regiment to a great extent. By July 2008, engineer troops managed to construct a 50-foot wide road parallel to the A9 extending for a distance over 40 kilometers. During the advance to Akkara and Kulam, over 12 permanent bridges were constructed by engineer troops. This facilitated 5-7, 6-1, 6-2 and 6-3 divisions to move forward after capturing Parantan town. With the liberation of Poonareen, the jetty at Sangupiddi too was improved and renovated. For the first time in the recorded history of the Corps of Engineers, an independent bridge squadron was raised to function directly under the Engineer Brigade to meet the ever-increasing demand for the construction of bridges. In addition, a squadron of 4 SLE was employed on civil construction duties, which definitely enhanced the efficiency in maintenance work. A 1,000-meter long airfield was constructed in Mana within a very short time frame by 5 Field Engineer Regiment. By October 2008, Engineer Brigade was supporting more than 9 offensive divisions in the Vanni theatre with 5 and 11 Field regiments. 11 Field Engineer Regiment was instrumental in providing support to capture Nayaru and Kumalamunai when the move of 5-9 Division was confined only to the south of Kumalamunai. The 1st and 6th Field Engineer Regiments were heavily involved in clearing the Ditchkumband constructed by the LTTE. The construction of the Trincomalee Outer Circular Road, which is considered as a national requirement, was assigned to the Corps of Engineers by the Ministry of Defence and was carried out by the 7th Field Engineer Regiment. Further, the UNESCO Heritage Development Project requested the Sri Lanka engineers to construct and connect Seruavila and Somavithya historical sites. Demining to clear Batiklo and Trincomalee areas were undertaken by the 7th Field Engineer Regiment. A road was constructed connecting Velikanda and Thoppigala. A 126-meter long bridge was launched across Mahaveli River at Velikanda. This project will go into Sri Lankan history as the road constructed from Velikanda will facilitate movement to Walacheni through Thoppigala jungles, shortening the distance by approximately 80 kilometers. In spite of the reluctance on the part of the donor community to support the military directly for humanitarian mine action, the US government offered her assistance to the Sri Lanka Army in the field of humanitarian mine action. The US assisted program commenced in August 2003 and has resulted in a great improvement in every aspect of the demining activities. The Sri Lanka Army Humanitarian Demining Contingent, which is the only such organization operational in Sri Lanka possessing the capability of executing operations through internationally accepted methods, continues to be the spearhead of the National Mine Action Program. The contribution of the Sri Lanka School of Military Engineering in conducting training programs in this regard is commendable. The reconstruction work undertaken in liberated areas in view of rehabilitating captured land routes by the 9th Field Engineer Regiment was indeed a tremendous experience. The bomb disposal squadron deployed in Colombo played a pivotal role in handling improvised explosive device situations. The troops served with sheer commitment whilst risking their own lives. Their dedication and efficiency ensured round-the-clock surveillance through which many disasters were prevented. The dedication, commitment and leadership at all levels made these tasks a reality. One great principle of the engineers, foresight, by field commanders at all levels were highly evident. There is no doubt that in the regiment's 58-year-long history, the years 2007, 2008 and 2009 will be noted as an era during which the regiment displayed professionalism at its highest level with a great degree of commitment, which paved the way for the defeat of the LTTE and lived up to their motto, "Ubik," everywhere till the end. The professionalism displayed by its officers and men are highly commendable. The plant fleet, which was received by the Corps from the Sri Lankan government, is the highest ever vehicle inventory to date since its inception. The independent workshop maintained this fleet, having established forward repair teams out at the front line. Sheer dedication, commitment and professionalism were the ingredients of success of the valiant sapper community. Though the war is over, the task of engineers has not ended. The phrase "first to battle and last to come" was well proven during the Vanni operations. The role played by engineers to liberate Sri Lanka from the clutches of LTT terrorism will definitely be embedded in gold in the annals of Sri Lankan history. All sapper troops would definitely be happy on their successful contribution to the war effort. The task carried out clearly demonstrated their capability and proved their professionalism beyond doubt. We take this opportunity to salute our brother sappers who made the supreme sacrifice during this separatist war fought to liberate Sri Lanka from the cruel clutches of the LTTE.
Well, you make fast, I make fast the dinghy, make fast the dinghy, make fast the dinghy. Well, you make fast, I make fast the dinghy, make fast the dinghy pontoon. For we're marching on to Lapham's Plain, to Lapham's Plain, to Lapham's Plain. Yes, we're marching on to Lapham's Plain, where they don't know mud from rain. Ah, ah, ah.
Ushta, 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 ushta.
Like a Manali picking in his cup, Manita Sabanza hitting on the rock. Oolam da, cried Matavili. Oolam da, away we go. Yes, Oolam da, cried Matavili. Oolam da, away we go.